If you have never heard the word Brexit before, you are certainly going to hear more about it now that Britain has officially left the European Union. Hi, I'm Phil Thompson. Thanks for joining me for Phil's Finance Fix on my special Brexit edition. If you're not aware of Brexit yet, it is the referendum vote for Britain to either leave or stay in the European Union, which they joined back in 1973, and as of today, they have officially voted to leave the EU. Now let me tell you, this is quite a shock. The bookmakers leading up to the Brexit vote had the most likelihood of Britain leaving the EU at 45%, and in the last few days came crashing down to a likelihood of around 25%. And the global share market also responded, thinking that it was unlikely that Britain would leave the EU, when we saw even yesterday global share markets rose between 1 and 2%. So it is quite a surprise that Britain voted to leave. Now this begs a question. How will the Brexit affect us here on the other side of the world? Well, in the short term, we'll see massive volatility in the stock market, which is the uppy-downy movements. And we've already seen it today. At 3 p.m, 95% of the votes counted, the markets were down over 3.5%. And we'll also see similar effects in global stock markets tonight. And in the long term, this will bring some uncertainty in the markets. It's not just a one day and then now they're out of the EU. It'll take Britain quite a few years of negotiating new trade deal with the EU, which make up around half of their trade. And it also brings the possibility that other European countries might try and follow suit and leave the EU. Now over the next few days, you're going to hear heaps about how gold prices have surged and how trillions of dollars have been wiped off the share markets. But this is the perfect time to take a step back and think about how the Brexit will affect you and me. Realistically, unless you've got your whole net worth tied up in the stock market and you need cash tomorrow, or you have a huge amount of debt that is highly leveraged against the stock market, it's not going to have a huge impact on you and me, as long as we take a reasonable, measured approach to what's happening. A sketch from Carl Richards is a perfect example of what we should be focusing on. Making sure we're only focusing on the things that we can control and the things that matter. Unfortunately, we've got no control over the Brexit and the share market's response to the Brexit. The only thing we can control is our own money behaviours. And in fact, this has so much more greater impact on our financial freedom than any financial markets do. Thanks for watching, and I hope you got some great value out of this video. And if you can do me a favour, if you can please share this video so more people can watch it and start thinking about how they can take control of their own financial freedom and not worry about what the media is saying. Thanks again. I'll see you next week. Now this begs the question, how will the breakfast? I want to call it breakfast.